Hello guys, welcome to Pepcoding, and now I'm going to discuss the next question, that is smallest number following pattern. Okay, so in this question we have been given a pattern, that is a string input. See, this is a input which we have been given, and the length of this string is maximum of 8 length. So this string cannot be the maximum of 8 length. Okay, and this string containing I character and D character. So whether I character are there in string or D characters are there in this string. Okay. And D stands for decreasing, I stand for increasing. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to print the smallest number. So we have to create a smallest number using this pattern string. Okay, and there are certain rules for it. We have to use the only 1 to 9 digits. We can only use 1 to 9 digits and without repetition. Okay, so we cannot repeat the digit. Okay, such that d digit decreasing following a d and increasing following an I. So let me explain this line. So let me take the input and then we will discuss more deeply about this question. So this is our input and output which we have to do. Okay, so suppose, let me take the first example. Okay, suppose there is a string or there is an input of pattern D. So we have to create a smallest number using this pattern. And how can we create this? See, if there is only one character in the string, then the number will be of 2 digits. Okay, and if there will be, suppose, D I. Okay, so how many digits will be there in this pattern? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so number of digits will be n plus 1. Well, n is the length of the string, n plus 1. So this is about the digits count. Okay, so we have to create the smallest number. And what is the rules? That D denotes the decreasing number. See, suppose I have written 1 and 2. Now digits are increasing. That means this is not possible. So what we have to do is we have to do the decreasing pattern. See, this is possible, 2 and 1, and the digits are decreasing. So D means decreasing. The number are decreasing and it is decreasing only. Okay. And this is the smallest number. If we write uh if we write 42, this is also following the rules, but it is not the smallest number. So we cannot take this number. Okay. So that's why we have taken 21. Some of you might be thinking that why we are not starting with 1, why we are not writing 1 here. If you write 1 here, you cannot write any digit here because we have to decrease the number. So you can only write 0 here, but we cannot take 0 digit because only possible digits which we can take is up to 1 to 9. Okay, so that's why we are not starting it with 0. Okay, so that's why first I have written 2 and then 1. So let me take the another example, that is I. So this is the our string which is containing I character only. Okay, so now what we can write here? Now we can write 1 here and 2 here, and you can see it, the number is increasing, the digits are increasing. Like first it was 1, then it became 2. So now the numbers are increasing, and this is the smallest number. Okay, so this is the smallest number also. So we have seen the two examples. Now let us move to the third. D D D. Okay, so there will be 4 digits. From which number you can start? 1? No, you cannot start with 1. So let me take 2. So can we start with 2? If you write 2 here and 1 here, you cannot write any digit here. So there is no possible digit which we can write in this position. So let's start with 3. Okay, so let me start with 3. So if you write 3 here, then we have to decrease the number. So you have to write 2 here. Then again we have to decrease the number because there is D. So you have to write 1 here. And again we have to decrease the number. So you have to write 0 here, but 0 is not possible. Okay, because we have to take the digit up to 1 to 9, and we don't have to repeat the number. So 3 is also not possible. If 3 is not possible, so let us try with 4. So if we write 4 here, so we have to decrease the number, so we have to write 3 here, and again we have to decrease the number, so we have to write 2 here. Again we have to decrease the number, so we have to write 1 here. And this is the correct answer because the digits are decreasing, and this is the smallest number which is possible. Okay, so this is also the smallest number. So in this, instead of writing this way, so what I will do is I will erase this and I will start writing from the back position. So I will write first one here, then 2, then 3, then 4. This will much easier to understand. Okay, so let me do the next, that is I, and I. So what we can write here, so 1 is a possible number, then we have to increase it, then we can write 2 here, then again we have to increase it, then we can write 3 here, then again we have to increase, then we can write 4 here. So this is pretty much easy. Okay, so this is our smallest number and it is following all the rules. Okay, so we have covered fourth example also. Now let me take the mixture of I and D. Okay, so this is next example, that is D, 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 and I, D, D, D. Okay, so we have to create the number, and this string is less than 8. Okay, less than or equal to 8. So what we can write here? So if we write 1 here, so we cannot write any digit here. So let's start with 2. So if we write 2 here, then 1 here, then we cannot write any digit here because we have to decrease it. So let me try it for 3. So if you write 3 here, then 2 here, then 1 here, then you cannot write any digit here because we have to decrease. So let's write 4. Let me start with 4. If you write 4 here, 3 here, 2 here, 1 here, and it is decreasing, and then you have to increase, then this is not a problem. Okay, we can increase up to 5. Okay, so we will see what we will write here. So instead of writing this way, what I will do is I will write it from the back, from this direction. Okay, so first I will write 1 here, then 2 here, then 3, then 4. Okay, so this is actually following our pattern, like this is decreasing, this is again decreasing, and this is again decreasing. So up to this length, this is our smallest possible number. Okay, so this is our smallest possible number. Now there is I. So what we can write in this position? So you might be thinking that we can write 5 here. So if you write 5 here, then what digit you can write in this position? So the only possible digit are 4, 3, 2, 1. But these digits are already covered. Okay, so this is not possible. So let me try for some another digit. So if we write 6 here, so we will write 5 here because we have to decrease, and again there's no possible digits remaining in this position. Okay, so again we have to change it. So let me try it for 7. So if we write 7 here, then we have to write 6 here because it's decreasing, then again we have to decrease, then we have to write 5 here, but there's no possible digits remaining in this for this position. So again I have to change the digit. So again what I will do is I will start with 8. So if I will start with 8, then again we have to decrease the number, So I will write 7 in this position. Then again we have to decrease the number. So I will write 6 here. Then again I have to decrease the number. Then I will write 5 here. And we have created our smallest number. Okay, so instead of writing in this way, what I will do is I will start from the back side. Okay, so I will start from the back side. So what I will do is I will write 1, 2, 3, 4 are already covered. So I will start with 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can see like now it is following our pattern. Like this is increasing. Like after 1 it is 8. Okay, so that is increasing and it is following all the rules. Again it is decreasing, decreasing and decreasing. So it is also following the rules. Okay, and this is our smallest number. This is our smallest possible number. Okay, so now what we have seen is I is our acting like a breaking point in it. Like we have breaked the pattern from here. Like from here it is starting with 1, 2, 3, 4. Again it is breaking down from this position, and 5 starting with from this position, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we are able to following all the rules. Okay, so let's try for another example. So let's see this example. I D D. So we have discussed that I are our breaking point. So let us take this. Let's take this. So what you write here? You start with 1. Okay, because I is there. Then what you will write there? Because we have to increase, so I will write 2 here. Okay, but what you can write here? Because in next position we have to decrease. So if we write 3 here, then it is not possible, because what we can write in this position, because 2 is not possible, 1 is not possible. Okay, so what I will do is I will start with from the back side. Okay, so 1, 2 are covered, and I will write 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, and 6 here. And now we are able to follow all the rules. Like it is increasing, again decreasing, then decreasing, then decreasing, and it is our smallest number, because we are actually increasing the smallest possible number. Okay, so we are increasing the smallest possible number. Okay, so we cannot write like 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, it's not 2. Okay, so we cannot write these numbers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because they are already covered. And if we write any number like 5, 4 and 3, so we cannot proceed it further. Okay, so that's why we have started with 6, and this is our smallest possible number which we can increase. Okay, so that's why this is our correct answer. So let me take one few more examples so that you can understand it better. So let me explain you quickly. Let me take any random number, that is I D D I D D. Okay, so now I act as a breaking point. This is our breaking point. So I will start, write the number 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, again 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is our smallest number, and it is following the rules like decreasing, then again increasing, and we are increasing the smallest possible number. Okay, so again decreasing, then decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing and decreasing. Okay, so this is our smallest number. So let me take one more example, and then we will move to the final example and we will understand the approach. Okay, so let me take an example. D D I D D I D. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maximum number can be of 8 length. Okay, so how can we do this? So this is our breaking point. So let us take this. So I'll write 1, 2, 3. Then we have to increase it, and next we also have to increase. So this is not a problem. We will write 4 here, but we cannot write 5 here, because then we have to decrease it. So we have to start with here 5, 6, 7, then 8 and 9. Okay, so let's see whether we are following the rules or not. Decreasing, decreasing, increasing, increasing, decreasing, decreasing, increasing, and decreasing. So what we are doing is we are decreasing the maximum possible number. Okay, sorry, we are decreasing the minimum possible number, and we are also increasing the minimum possible number. Okay, so that's why this is our smallest number, smallest possible number. Okay, so let me erase it all. Now I'm going to take the final example, and we are going to discuss the approach, like how we are going to solve this question, how we are going to code this question. Okay, so let me take another example, and that is d d I d d d I and d. Let me count it: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so this is possible. So first I will write the answer. Okay, so that what is the answer? So 1 2 3, this is our breaking point. 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 and 9. Okay, so this is our smallest possible number. Now what we have to do is we will take one stack and one variable. So we will take one variable, that is num, and we are starting with 1. Okay, so we are starting this number with 1, and then I will also take the stack. Let me take one stack. Okay, and we are going to iterate this pattern. Okay, so what we will do is we will iterate this pattern. So if character d will arrive, then what we will do is I will push the number to the stack. Okay, so that is name is st. Okay, so I will push that means append the number to the stack, and then I will increase the value of num by 1. Okay, so let's do this. So I have seen like the character is d. So what I will do is I will append this number to the stack. So I will push 2 here. Sorry, not 2, 1, because the number is 1. So I'll push 1 here, and what I will do is I will increase the number by 1. Okay, so these two steps we have to perform when we see the character d. Again, in the next iteration we found the d character. So what I will do, I will do the same thing. I will push the number, that is 2, and I will increase the number by 1. So 2 will become 3. Then we have seen ith character. Now something different is going to happen. So in case of I, what we will do is, in case of I, what we will do is first I will append the number, and then I will increase the number by 1, and then what I will do is I will pop the number. I will use one while loop, and I'm going to print all the number in the stack, and I will take, when the size is not equal to 0, then I'm going to pop the number and print the number. So what I will do is I will print the number by popping the stack. So st.pop, and I will print all the numbers which are present in the stack, and this while loop is going to run until the size will not be equal to 0. Okay, when there is element in the stack, then we are going to run this while loop. Okay, so let's see what we have to do. Okay, so now we have I is arrived. Okay, so what we will do in case of I, we are going to push the number into the stack. That is, we are going to append the 3, and then we have to increase the number. Okay, and the third step is we have to pop it until the size will become 0. Okay, and we also have to print it. Okay, so let us do it. So what I will do is I will pop the number and I will print it. Okay, then again pop the number and again I will print it, and I pop the number and I will print it. Now our size will become 0. Now the size of stack is 0 and our stack is empty. And when the stack is empty, so we have to terminate this while loop. So this is our condition. When the size is not equal to 0, then we are going to run this while loop. Okay, so let's see it further. So again, what I will do is I will create one stack, because now again stack is empty. So this is our stack, same stack is there. And now the D, we found D. Then again, what we have to do? We have to append the number, that is we have to append 4 and then increase the number 5. Okay. Then again we found D. Then what? The same step we have to do. We have to append the number and then we have to increase the number 6. Now again we found D character. Then same step we have to do. We have to append the number and we have to increase the number. And then something different is going to happen is again we found I. So what we have to do in case of I? We have to append the number, that is we have to append the 7 and we have to increase the number to 8. Okay. And then what we have to do? We have to print this stack until the size of stack will empty. Okay, so let's do it. So first what I will do is I will pop the number. So I'm going to pop the number. So let me take the yellow. I will pop the number and I'm going to print it. 7. Again pop the number and print it. 6. Again pop the number and print it. 5. Again pop the number and print it. That will become 4. Now our size of stack is equal to 0. So we have to terminate this while loop. Okay, now our while loop will stop. So let's move further. So again our stack is empty, that is ST. Now let's do it. So again we found the D. So what we have to do is we have to push the number. So we will push 8 into the stack and we will increase the number. And now our string is like traversed. So in the end we have to do something, like there is some number inside the stack. So what we have to do is we have to push, when our like in the end what we have to do, we have to push the number, or we can say append the number into the stack, and then same step we have to perform. Okay, so let's do this. So see what I will do is I'm going to push the number, that I have to push 9 here, and then I have to print it until the stack will become empty. Okay, so I will pop and I'm going to print it. Again pop and I am going to print the number. Okay, so this is what we have to print it, and our output is actually correct. Same 7, 6, 5, 4, 9 and 8. So our output is same. So let's do the coding part. So this is our terminal. So let's do so what we have to do is we have to take one stack, empty stack. So we are going to use list as a stack, and then we have to take one variable assigning starting with I. Now what we have to do, we have to traverse the string, that is our input. So I in range length of INP, that is input, and then let me take a character and I'm going to store that character, each and every character in this variable. So INP of ith character. So first 0th character will come, then 1 character will come, and so on. Okay, then if character is equal to D, if the character is equal to D, then we have to perform some steps. Else what we have to do? Else we have to perform for I. Okay, so let's do this. So what we have to do in this case, when D is arrived, so when D will come, then we have to append the number into the stack and we have to increase the number by 1. So st dot append, what I have to append? Number, and I have to increase the number by 1. Okay, this is what we have to do. And in case of I, we have to perform the same steps. Okay, let's see it. So in case of I, we have to do the same thing, but we have to pop it and print it until the size will become 0. So let me print it. This is code for print while, and what is the condition? When st dot length of st is not equal to 0. Okay, if there are elements, then what we have to do? We have to print it by popping, and we don't have to change the line, so don't forget this. Okay, we have done this, and in the end we have to perform one more thing. Okay, so if our stack was not empty, then we have to do what we have to do. See, in the end we have to append the number and we have to print the number which are present in the stack. So st dot append, what we have to append the number, and we are going to print the number. So let me correct the indentation. Okay, so this is what we have to do in the end. So let me run it. So it is accepted, so let me submit it and check. Okay, wait, let me log in. Okay, so I have to move for level 1, then in stack and queue, and then we are doing our smallest number following pattern, this question. Let me move for Python, and this is our code, so let me run it, and it is accepted, and let me submit it, and it is running all the test cases. So thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.